shooting the taunt buttons, and he was so upset because he went to play, and he goes, all I'm doing is jumping. I was like, yeah, man, that's all you do.
Too predictable.
You're not good at this game.
Okay, now
anyway.
we're back into a free Z. Has the proper tag. And we do see the Incineroar come out right away. We actually did see Chag's Incineroar actually clutch out a win earlier in Winners Finals when they were down a game, so it's definitely a bit seasoned right now.
But I will say, speaking of tags, happy birthday, Lewis.
Big shout out to Lewis. I'm not entirely sure who Lewis is, but happy birthday regardless. Oh my god, Diddy Kong being collateral damage for the cross chop from Incineroar. Unfortunately, that move is like his recovery option, but it's deceptively incredibly strong. So unfortunately, his teammate gonna suffer for it.
And Incineroar starting to look at that percent. When those numbers start looking more and more orange and start fading into the red, that's when you know MK is going to go for those up B kills. And Chag goes so deep not to get hit, but just a little bit too deep and can't recover afterwards.
It doesn't matter. MK is so good at pestering you off stage and literally can go anywhere to do so. Absolutely bullying your recovery coming out from Incineroar. And I'm not sure what the decision was to going Meta Knight instead of Steve, but it has been working.
Oh, wow. I thought they were going to spring ride up B. That would have been clean. Usually,
Kel's known for the spring ride, the carrying the opponent up in the spring to the up air, but we almost saw that from Jay as well. Sorry, Soar. And again, this is where it's rough. I like the Incineroar as a very good bait and punish character, but
Kel's unfortunately missing the punish on the Incineroar, and this could be the comeback that Chag and Z needed.
Absolutely, because we know that, especially with this revenge right now, he could hit like a truck, a good 23% off of that back air. It's literally a question of speed versus power in this game. Diddy Kong's a little mix of both, but definitely the Incineroar and the Sonic and Meta Knight are the stories of this game.
Yeah, when you were up a stock, it is, well, they were up 2 stocks, I think.
Yeah.
Or, no, they were up 1 stock, and Soar just throwing himself in there with the down B and killing both his sister and Z, so it's holding on to that lead.
And it still works on a net positive for sure, so sometimes it's a necessary evil. Sorry, sis. Getting a little combo coming out from Incineroar, forcing Kel's off stage. But of course, the speed is going to be really hard for Incineroar to deal with. It's more of just like an intercepting game. There's no way that Incineroar is going to be able to chase down these 2 fast characters. Just a question of beating them out as they come by. The other thing too is that Kel's and Jay, they both have to approach. They don't have projectiles. They still need to get Incineroar's face.
Kel's also noteworthy, has a lot of experience versus Incineroar. I know that she has a very active chatter in her stream who plays Incineroar. And practice when she does her practice sessions, she learns that matchup.
I love how Incineroar very slowly ran from one stage to the other just to get that knife inch chop of the F tilt to get the kill. It works sometimes. Basically, somehow swung it back into favor because his Incineroar has been lasting so long. And that's the thing. You can definitely bully him off stage, but Chag being very smart about his approaches back onto stage and
that
living
drop
for much
down
longer.
there was so smart from Soar. Finally closing out Z's stock. Is he going to grab it? But Chag hurting right now.
Yeah. Gonna have to save him out right there. Chag is gonna make this stock count. He has the rage to get these early stocks. And I think it's kind of fair. Again, Diddy Kong did lose the stock super early on because of Chag, so, you know, give up a stock as a peace offering. Gonna pan out. But a fair coming out from Sonic, gonna set Diddy Kong alone.
Gonna say Soar a little bit in the danger zone at 90%, but with the support from Sonic, oh my gosh.
It's a 1v1 game. This is not what we've seen. I said, usually a 2v1 situation. Soar and Supergirl Kells will make it a count, but no, able to sneak away before that even starts. A 1v1 situation.
I'm sure Kells was creating distance so she could look at the top right and see how much time was left on the clock.
Let me just double check. Nah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be a timeout anytime soon.
But Z has the lead right now.
That's true. And you can afford to play the slow game. We've seen these 2 players play before. It's nice we're getting a little bit of taste potential we could see later on in the singles bracket. Most of these games have gone to a 2v1 situation, but it's the first we've seen a 1v1.
Z, I still feel like being a little bit predictable with those side B recoveries, and Kel's unfortunately trading there, but very correctly predicted where the side B was going to be, and traded with a back air, and just like that, the percents are a lot closer than they were before.
Yeah, momentum's definitely in Kel's favor right now, able to set Diddy Kong off the stage twice now. Oh, bad situation, but he falls off the stage. That could have been huge if she was able to capitalize onto it. Banana in hand, that's like the one grand equalizer that Diddy Kong has in this matchup. Not able to land right now, and Kel's definitely making a hard job. It gets a banana, but catches it right back in hand.
7 bananas in hand.
So many bananas in hand. Gonna go up, jumps to high recovery to avoid a potential up air, and banana. Always retreating back to that banana. Like, there's no, he's not gonna go into Kel's until that banana is secured.
Yeah, Kel's with the lead now, and you'll see not very committal with her approaches.
But definitely running rampant, definitely getting laps around the stage, can afford to do so. And again, the percentages right now, it's Lidu who gets this first opening, is gonna take this game. And again, first game on top of that. Gonna be slowing down the pace, usually what we see from Sonic, but Diddy Kong can play that methodical game as well. Gets the fair, is gonna send off stage, but not gonna get the kill quite yet. Nearly gonna get up as well, and now we have a little like exchange right now. Sonic with banana in hand can definitely make his full use of it, as Diddy Kong can.
Yeah, with that banana in hand, Z has very limited options is what to do.
Oh. First time cheering for camping, I love to see it.
The crowd getting a little rowdy.
Canada's nice to anyone, no matter what your play style, they'll still cheer for you. But again, that's why it's big stakes. Banana hits, but didn't get the trip because she was slightly in the air, trading their kicks. Again, this match has gone for like 2 minutes in this 1v1 situation.
Yeah, Kel's playing very patient, just going to ledge there, keeping that lead, and making sure not to overcommit.
Again, charging a spin dash. It does have invincibility, so he can't afford to run in. Wow. Tries to get the up smash, tried to let it rip, didn't quite get it.
Looks
sticky situation with Banana's not even on the platform.
Shout outs to On Applaudit.
On Applaudit. Gets the up smash!
Not enough!
The crowd! Oh, I thought it was over. Z thought it was over. The crowd thought so too, but we're back into it. Kel's with an opportunity time. Misses the up tilt. No!
Back throw?
Back throw?
Is it going to be it? Not quite. Still a minute and a half left.
This might actually go to time. Gets the F tilt.
That's going to do it.
Finally going to secure it.
Wow.
Calm down. It's only game one. It's only game one.
Now that is earned.
Yeah. A crucial game one, though. Of course, you got to imagine setting the pace for the rest of the set. Both teams would have liked to take that first game, and again, it looked like it both ways. But Kel's able to sneak away with that forward tilt to push to a game two. And you mentioned this earlier before, but sometimes when the game goes a bit too long in that 1v1 situation, their partners had time to kind of cool down, either relax or potentially get out of their groove. Whereas these two players must be spent of 2 minutes of taxing methodical play.
Yeah, if you've ever played a game in bracket that has gone to time, you know that like it's exhausting, especially if it's kind of like footsies the whole time or zoning the whole time. If it's not one-sided, it's incredibly taxing. Especially
in this case too, where they're both at their last stock, both at kill percentage, and every hit could count. You saw they took their time, cherry-picking their moments to get in before it all exploded in the end. And I still don't know how that up smash, that initial up smash from Diddy Kong did not kill. Is he using Chag stock there that he had taken? That was Chag stock, yeah, so he made it count for sure. Definitely Chag can't be upset about that. And considering like Z started off with basically a stock deficit, he made it close.
Kels and Jay ready to get right back into it.
Says doubles finals.
Keeping the MK finals too.
Sticking with the same team, actually. Again, the teams look to be very nice on both sides, and of course, I'm love to see the Meta Knight coming out from Soar. Bit of a rare occurrence these days.
Oh my gosh!
To Steve.
I thought for sure we were just going to see a neutral B, and they both die early.
It could happen. Both the players just trading. They're slugging right now. We just came off of the methodical play in that last ending 2 minutes of that last game, but now these guys are slugging
They are tired of trying. It's time to push buttons.
Meta Knight taking collateral damage right there. I think her sister actually got the back air, unfortunately, onto his brother.
Kels, unfortunately, with the team kill. But Z, definitely not healthy. 101 and off stage.
Oh, I was going to say, no way. I was like, you know what, Town and City got that high blast zone. Not quite going to do it with the shuttle loop, but it doesn't matter because Kels was there to follow up.
That is the advantage of playing a character like Meta Knight instead of Steve, is that you can get so high up in the air and just shark people like that.
That's so great. And I was going to say, surprisingly, the high blast zone, both these characters come up to blast zone. Doesn't matter, apparently. Oh, and it's continuing it up.
Oh, and he baits out the revenge.
And that's the thing, too. I mentioned that Sonic is so fast that she can get into a position to, like, basically set up a combo, save the teammate, but she's also fast on the vertical, and the up B sends you right up in the air. air within a second.
Yeah, and very careful. Remember, when Meta Knight does those up throws, the slam as he lands can kill people at like 80%. Yep. It's incredibly strong.
Things you don't think about, they only really happen in doubles. Oh, gets the back air. Oh, that was the. I was going to Z made the clutchest save, but even with that, the options to recover were just not there for Incineroar.
Yeah,
I like the attempt.
And the commitment to go for an aerial to help Chag even more was just too risky, and he had to let him fall.
Absolutely. And Kel's, again, just sticking onto the stock. It's so hard to pin down Sonic when she can basically run across the stage with ease. Doesn't even matter how heavy she is.
Yeah, and Kels can just be content to kind of camp these platforms a little bit, and the second Soar launches someone up, she can chase with her spring and get a follow-up almost free.
Yes, we saw 60 damage come off of that Lowland whip with a bit of an insane. Oh, okay, gets a little boot.
Monkey flip kick.
Monkey flip, get a boot. Doesn't even wear boots, but...
wow. Chag is a threat right now.
Yeah, that could be the hit that sent to no. I guess the grab that does take away the revenge. Misses the follow-up on the shuttle loop. It is a bit of a specific hit to hit, so don't blame him. But still a bit of sizable lead right now in terms of percentage. Oh, gets the strong. He didn't get the strong hit. That probably would have killed.
And so smart there to go for the parry. Yeah. Most players will panic and jump out of shield. If you just drop the shield, though, you hit the parry. If you jump out of shield, you get hit.
There you go.
And so Chag was still alive there because of that.
Yeah, so like Chag missed the opportunity. He probably could have got the kill with the strong lone whip, but then gets it there, unfortunately, instead. And we have a 1-1 situation, but the percentages are heavily skewed against the red team.
Kel's unfortunately not getting the second hit of either of those up airs. If she started to juggle on Chag, she would be in a great spot. But right now,
using the long-lasting hit of that throw to beat out Sonic too. Diddy Kong in a very bad situation.
Oh, wow.
Gonna get punished for sure. Oh, doesn't get punished actually. Never mind, I lied. But a 2v1 situation, welcome to Canada, Chag. This is going to be tough. This is one of our best teams in terms of compatibility and like just raw combo potential. Setting him off stage.
That should be it.
How does Incineroar recover against these two characters?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What's that? Just throwing out anything might as well.
Unfortunately, Kel's desperate to not get caught in that, because if you mess up, like, you can potentially die off of that if Incineroar lands before you do.
Yeah. Unfortunately, falling out of the up air from Sonic, very notorious of a mood for not always being the most reliable connecting tool.
This is not over for Chag.
Yeah, they basically, again, Incineroar, no shy of kill power, just has to get around the speed of both these characters, which have been caught.
Like a forward tilt, the sweet spot in air, like a lot of stuff from Incineroar can kill right now.
Yep. Oh, going for the super high recovery. I thought Sonic was actually looking to go in the forward smash. You better believe that's going to kill.
Wow. What a great connect.
2-0 victory so far for them. They have one more game to win to put themselves into grand finals.
And I think just one of the reasons that they've made it so far is just their commitment to like keeping each other safe and just the resolve of like staying in it when you're like both at over 90% and you're playing like it's your first stock, like you've got nothing to lose.
Yep. That's what I love a lot about their plays. As you mentioned that before, a lot of people are kind of like quick to be like, okay, what combos can we do with our characters? What setups can we do? They never think of like, how can I save my partner if in a bad situation? Obviously, these players
they're running it right back.
Might as well. Taking it 2-0. Just keep in mind, this was the team that sent them into losers in the first place, and they're making it back up for it in a big way with so far a 2-0 lead. Oh, like what's coming out from Z right now.
Z with a nice little juggle there, getting a lot of percent on Soar early. And this is one of the first times we've seen like a significant percent lead for Red Team.
Absolutely. Even in the last game, we saw them basically start at 100% almost instantly. Oh, gets clipped, but unfortunately it's his partner.
Does not quite kill Kells off of that.
Lucky for them, unfortunately. That would have been a very bad way to start this game. But and Sonic still, regardless, losing that stock.
You'll notice that he mixed up where he was landing, and he used the down B while there were people on the right side and Z on the left. So the camera's not shifting in any direction, so it's very hard to tell where Meta Knight is using that dimensional cape.
That's actually a really good point. Something the camera messes you up sometimes.
Yeah, and like characters like Duck Hunt who can adjust where the camera is using their moves is like the weirdest thing, and most people aren't ready for it. But Soar using it to his advantage to kind of mix up where he's landing in a way that isn't predictable at all.
That's it, especially like already doubles is chaotic enough. You can't really predict like where an invisible character is going to pop up. And you see they get forward smash coming out from Meta Knight. Forward smash is actually a good, almost neutral tool for Meta Knight, as he doesn't even have like any commitment onto it. It's almost free once it comes out.
For a long time, and in a lot of these games, Meta Knight's forward smash has deceptively low cooldown.
Yeah.
You can F smash and act out of it extremely quickly, and you notice that he went for the dimensional cape because it's got such a good range. So you can kind of bait someone in like they think they can punish you, and then they can't, and you're already counter hitting.
And as both teams taking down to their second stock right now, in that little tussle part where like a lot of damage is flying right now, but it's again these stocks that are all the more important. Oh my God, the F-tilt was killing. F-tilt is a deceptively strong move. Obviously, Insora's forward smash is a heavy hitter, but the forward tilt definitely needs some praise as well. And that thing can kill just as easily.
I think we can attribute it also to the angle that it sends at.
Yes, it's such a steep angle horizontally.
Oh, and Z, unfortunately, catching Chag there with that monkey flip, and blue team really made them pay. Both of them racked up a ton of percent, but the stock lead is still on the red team side.
Yeah, just like, it's definitely what they're going to need right now. Being 2-0 down right now is not doing benefit to them. And you see the mix-up. Sora had to air dodge right there, but once he came out of the air dodge, Meta Knight was ready with the shuttle loop.
I think we're going to start seeing Soar knock people up, bait the air dodge, and punish really hard.
Yep. Soar does lose stock, basically putting it back to even right now. Kel's at a high percentage, but as we've seen so far in most of these set, is that she can hold onto his high stock. Never mind, you're getting clobbered. Forget everything I said. The second you get grabbed by Incineroar, it is over. Right now, they're trying to play footsies around Incineroar. Incineroar like basically being a stone wall, but Meta Knight can run laps around.
Oh my gosh, it's happening!
Oh my God, it almost happened.
But also worth noting that this is Mirage's game to win. Like, Soar and SGK are doing phenomenally this set overall. They've got a deficit right now, but Soar still has a Steve. Soar still has a PT. There's a lot behind them right now, and they've got such a huge lead on the mentality. I don't know if Red Team can come back from this. Maybe this game, but definitely going to be an uphill battle for the set.
That's it, because you mentioned before, we've seen the different characters come out. This is just the Meta Knight and the Sonic. They have different teams they can play. And now we're in a similar situation where Chag is on his lonesome yet again. Can he make it happen this time? Oh, no, wait, actually, there, it's Kels by herself. Kels has been known as like the 2v1 queen, not for being on a 2v1, but being the one. She will fight the long hill battle. And again, playing as character like Sonic.
4 minutes and all of Town and City to play with.
Oh, she'll do it. She'll do it, absolutely. And again, Sonic being such a fast character,
oh
not
my
the
gosh,
heaviest.
Holding down so as not to grab the ledge, or at least reversing the up B to be facing away from it so that you don't sweet spot it, and using that rising up air, and Kels is just putting in where, oh, that was a free grab. But the problem is with the grabs and the throws, you can get punished by the teammate. But Kels is not afraid right now. She knows if she gets this stock from Z, all she's got to deal with is a fresh Incineroar, which is completely doable. That character is very gimpable.
That's why I still have not counted out Kels whatsoever, because again, doesn't have that weight to bulk up, but she's just so hard to pin down, and she's able to run around the stage with ease. You don't really get a chance to potentially get a combo setup because she's already in your face and away in a second.
Yeah, see, the one thing is that Kels can't afford to go for grabs right now, which is something you'll notice that Red Team really abused their shields there, because that was the one thing they could do, was if she grabbed one of them, the other one would punish.
Absolutely.
There was nothing she could do.
No, actually, a very good point. That's why you don't see throws too much in a 2v1 situation, because once you throw your opponent away, the other opponent's right there to punish you. So you kind of have to rely on those attacks. So yeah, good option by the red team, just holding the shield. The Sonic obviously not known for breaking shields anytime soon, so definitely a safe option to go for.
Yeah, no, Sonic definitely someone who pressures you, conditions you into shielding, and then starts getting those grabs. But in the 2v1, those grabs are just like not on the table anymore. And what do you do in that scenario?
Absolutely. This is where we could see a switch. I think the Meta Knight has been doing phenomenally. I've been really enjoying watching it, but I could totally understand if maybe the Steve might come out instead. That's totally fine.
Like I said, Steve, PT, there's plenty of gas in the tank. And I don't know if you guys can hear the game, but I heard Diddy Kong, Incineroar, Sonic, and of course Soar, the only player to not instantly lock in a character.
Well, let's say he's the one that's probably we're going to see the switches from. I think everyone's going to stay the same, unless Chag wants to go for the top.
It is the PT.
The PT, yeah, we're just going to get a whole montage right now of Soar's characters. You saw the Steve. I don't want anyone to think that, oh, he's just playing Steve because it's a flavor of the month. Of course, people are winning with Steve. No, no, no. He does not need Steve. Well recognized as an amazing PT, one of the top Sephiroths, one of the top Meta Knights in the world, so he definitely has deep pockets, and he does not need to just play Steve. He has a whole cast of characters.
Unfortunately, taking a lot of early percent here, but so is Chag. Oh, Kel's more than happy to drag you around across the floor with Sonic into those aerial moves. Always juggling up, you'll notice, especially on a stage like Final Destination. You want to make it hard for people to land, and it's exceptionally hard to land in a 2 versus 2.
Actually, especially for Incineroar, who doesn't already traditionally have the best landing tools. Gets the up air. Of course, Kel's trying to follow up with one of her own. Didn't quite land out. Nor does the up throw from, again, Incineroar is a big boy. Just let it rip there too, and who died?
Both of blue! Both of blue!
That is not the way I thought it was going to pan out, but okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see, Soar getting the weak hit of Nair. Just one little clip, it's a bit of a drag down, and goes for the downer. What a follow-up, tying the stocks up right away.
I said, look pretty grim in that early goings with the flare blitz, but no, set it right back into their position. And that's the thing about Diddy Kong's barrels. Like, you hit him with a strong hit, he can use them again, but it's those weak hits that are dangerous.
Z very lucky there to not get dragged off stage, especially at early percents against someone like Squirtle who can kind of use those weak knockback moves and just get rid of your up B, and then you're falling so much faster than you want to be.
So silent killers there.
I think we can expect Soar to be utilize, like we saw the flare blitz, which was a little risky and didn't pay off, but I know that Soar is not afraid to go for those back airs, those F tilts with Zard, the stuff that kills from such a deceptive range.
Absolutely, and what's great about Sonic's throws, as we mentioned, the grab armor on the throws are so good for comboing. The down throw for Sonic actually lasts so long, so it's not even really a timing thing. You just have to be there and you're good to go. Gets the back air, gonna send off Incineroar. Not dead, but in a precarious situation.
Covering the low option with the spring, covering the high option with an aerial, and goes right back off stage to close it out. Credit to Red Team, though. This is a very tight game, almost tied on percents and stocks.
Absolutely. It's been swinging a lot, and definitely the blue team's making some mistakes, but also making up for it in a big way. So still keeping it close regardless. And again, we did mention amongst all the chaos, this is technically game point for Soar and SGK.
Oh, Soar opting to do that get-up option, barely getting on in time to not get spiked by the Incineroar. And
we also see Diddy Kong, who's thriving for quite some time. Definitely see him thriving. This is definitely like the stage for Diddy Kong, having that flat play to work with. Nowhere to retreat against Banana when you're falling.
Another big problem with FD in general is that it can be very easy to be like, all right, I handle the Incineroar, you handle the Diddy Kong, and then there's not enough room, and you end up fighting the person you don't want to be fighting.
We saw the most unfortunate grab. Incineroar had the revenge. Diddy Kong went for the monkey flip and accidentally grabbed his own partner, and like that just got rid of it. And this is like opportunity time again, this time in a much more favorable 2v1 than she was in the last game. Although FD is, again, insanely beneficial for Diddy Kong. It's going to be a little bit harder for Kels to run around. Or maybe not. She's going to combo both of them at the same time. The 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah, see, if you give her the room, she will go for those grabs. Look at that.
There you go, the grab.
Oh, back here?
It was actually Chag that blinked first. Chag blinked first. They were in a situation where they could have killed each other, but Chag was like, I'm going to air dodge. I'm scared. And unfortunately was not able to recover from that.
Yeah, you've got to take those risks. When you've got a teammate on stage who can gimp afterwards, you've got to take those risks.
We saw this in game 1 and the crowd went wild. Now you guys can go crazy because this is a potential game point right now for Kels if she can make it happen. She started a 2v1, forced it to a 1v1 situation, but it is Diddy Kong on FD with Banana in hand.
I'm looking at Soar's face right now on the stage. Stone cold, knows that she can get this if she really wants it bad enough, and we know that she does.
That's the unfortunate thing about being a partner in a 1v1 situation is you kind of just have to watch and hope.
Wow.
But again, you know the confidence.
Getting a lot of mileage out of those dash attacks, just reaching a little bit further than SGK expects.
That was the longest run to shield. And we mentioned before, yeah, you can break the monkey flip, but the Banana, you can't hit Banana.
You see, Z kind of committed there.
This time it does.
Couldn't grab because the Banana in hand, SGK recognizing it, but very quickly throws it away, gets the up smash, and that is going to be enough to close out the stock.
We saw in that first game, the up smash just didn't quite live up to what it needed to be. This time around, not going to be a second happening. He does get the kill and push into a game 5, almost a reverse 2-0 at this point. Going to, again, I never expect anything not to go to a game 5 anymore.
Shoutouts to people who expect their tournaments to finish on time and then game 5s.
It wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. All right, it's just more Smash for us.
Absolutely. And we do have a bit of a clash of regions, of course. All these players from Montreal, save for Chag, who's coming all the way from Mexico, so big difference in everything, distance, time zone, etc.
Kel's notably only entered doubles for this tournament, prior commitments for tomorrow, so wouldn't be able to follow up on the singles.
Yeah.
So definitely wants to give it her all today, or her 110%, knowing that she's not coming back tomorrow.
That's a fair point. Just not to worry about singles at all. She can put absolutely her entire heart into this game of 5 right now.
And we're back on Meta Knight.
And we're back with the Meta Knight coming out. Diddy Kong, I think, did phenomenally in that last game, but PS2 not as beneficial to Diddy Kong as FD was, so a bit of a trip up there. And yeah, just getting absolutely messed up by the Sonic right now. Finally makes it back on the stage with the patented Z monkey flip on the stage. Right now as it unfolds right now, Kels is being very elusive right now, getting a lot of hits. Her percentage to taking percentage ratio has been great.
Jay tried to slow it down. You saw him on the right side just trying to play patient after taking a lot of percent, but gets grabbed by the monkey flip, and a very, very well-spaced F-tilt out of Chag is going to close out that stock. But Kels relatively healthy.
That's it, so it's a weird thing to see that technically the lead is in the favor of the red team, but Kels is insanely healthy on this first stock.
Yeah, and Kel's desperately trying to go deep off stage to bait out the options.
You know that forward smash had Z's name on it, but Chag was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Actually does lose that stock to a very fairly charged F smash. Even the heaviness of Incineroar is not going to pan through that.
Kels does land a bit of a down tilt there. Doesn't quite get anything from it. But right now, Jay is just trying to rack up those percents. Oh, and a very, very cheeky spring to close out that stock. And Jay goes for the Gimp, but unfortunately, there was still armor.
Yeah, the super armor on the up B just powering through. Unfortunately, not able to get revenge for the stock loss there.
You'll even notice that Jayka is kind of deep and uses those double jumps to go further from the ledge and then recover with that side B, knowing that if anyone risks gimping, they have a very high risk of getting caught up in that side B and getting pineappled hard.
100%.
Ooh, I thought it was going to be up B. Nope.
Well, it's a bit too late on that one, but it was in the plan book.
The ideas are there.
Yeah. Taking with the little shift of momentum right now, actually the blue team with the liberal lead in terms of percentage right now.
That landing up air was so clutch from Kels to not get hit by that Incineroar down smash. And
but a little bit of Chag down to his last stock.
Wow, the huge lead on the blue team. It's red team fought back hard, but blue team right now has the lead. And
so usually we say those first stocks are important right now because he did lose the first stock
Soar
early
playing
on.
extremely safe in his shield. Going for another spring, Z smartly going wide, not hugging the wall of the ledge.
Yep. And we do have, is that going to take him out? Not quite. He has to recover against Meta Knight, which is not the easiest thing in the world, but he makes it happen. Good job on Z, acting as a stock tank for this team right now.
Kel's trying to delay that in order to bypass the revenge, but that revenge lingers for so long, and Chag is getting a ton of mileage.
And Z kind of being the silent MVP right now because he's lasting at such a high percentage. They're kind of struggling to kill him, and it's going to be pouring in a little bit of frustration out of the blue team.
Yeah, Kels' healthy percentage is now moot compared to what it was because now
smash is that going to take it out? It does.
They need to close this stock on Z if they want to keep this game tight.
Yep. Z, I feel like Z has been kind of like that guy in the corner the whole time. For the exception of those 1v1 situations, he's kind of been playing the back seat and letting the action unfold. Not like this, but he's been making it count. Z, oh my God, you know what? I will believe if Z can make this happen. Unfortunately, Z taking a bit of a tiny SD, but at that percentage, doesn't really matter too much. Unfortunately, Chag losing the last stock, leaving Z in a 2v1 situation. And we've seen some crazy 2v1 situations happen already, even in this set, but this is going to be tough. Again, not just because of 2v1 situation, but because Soar and Kels are so good at these 2v1 conversions.
And worth noting that Diddy Kong has something that Sonic doesn't. If you've got the banana in hand, you're like, oh, I'm not afraid of getting grabbed because you have to throw the banana. And then you monkey flip and grab people.
Yeah.
Whereas other characters kind of have that commitment of, being unable to grab. And especially that when you land that monkey flip, if you land the grab, you've got multiple options. You can press A, you can jump, you can get out of there in weird creative ways to not get caught afterwards.
Absolutely, and if he wanted to, you see that Diddy Kong's not even throwing out the banana. Maybe not because he has time, but if the opponent grabs the banana, it's completely out of the table now.
Kels goes for the weak. Oh, baits it out.
I do not envy anyone in this situation. No!
And that's going to be it.
He made it clutch. He got the kill, but unfortunately the lag put him in a kill opportunity for Kels getting the forward smash.
Soar and SGK clutching it out, almost getting reverse 3-0'd. Not quite. Chag Z with a formidable third-place finish here at Battle for Z.
Absolutely. They did send him to losers in the first place, but just wasn't able to make it happen for a second time in the best-of-5 situation. Then moving on to the finals. Again, they were the first seed, so again, pushing their way into finals. Not the way you would have expected it to be, but they made it there regardless. And a part of me really wishes that forward smash didn't kill so I could see another Kels versus Z 2-minute 1v1. Could have happened.
Send him to Minecraft.
Send him to Minecraft.
And send you guys to another ad break.
Putting all the pressure on River to make sure he changes it on time. Shoutouts to River, by the way.
Yeah, hearts for River in the chat, everybody.